Hey, GP Terrio here, Terrio Mortgage Group. Okay, so I am super fired up on this interview because I am standing here. My son just got done with his football camp, and I'm standing with the coach of the football camp, Logan Rudolph. And Logan here played college football at Clemson University. So all you guys know that I went to LSU, Louisiana State University, which played Clemson this year for the national championship, and he was on the field running down, trying to track down O'Burrow. Yeah. So I'm grateful that he's willing to do this interview with me. But hey, Logan, thanks for joining us, man.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
But, oh yeah, we got to do the fist bump.
Yeah.
And so I like I do these videos mainly just to kind of put something positive out there.
Right.
And I would love for first just kind of give us your background. You come from a family of athletes,
right.
and so kind of give your background, where you came from, and your career, where you played.
So I'm from Rock Hill, South Carolina, right below Charlotte, North Carolina. I just graduated from Clemson in May, and was a communications major there, and had a lot of great experiences. Was a starter this past season. We won a national championship, won 3 ACC championships, met a lot of great people, and got to be coached by a lot of great coaches. So it was a phenomenal experience, and I'd go back and do it again today.
That's awesome. And I mean, just the thought, like you said, you've played in some just incredible games in your career at Clemson, and I mean, obviously the national champions this year, you've won a national championship, you even got to meet the president.
Right.
Yeah. And so, I can't even imagine being coached under somebody like Coach Sweeney.
Yeah.
Dabo, am I saying it right?
Right.
Yeah, Dabo Sweeney. And I mean, just his fire, his intensity, and I mean, what's it like playing under somebody like that, of just his leadership skills? I mean, how he gets you guys ready. It seems like you guys were always prepared. You never lost your cool. It just seems like you guys were just always ready on the field.
Right.
I mean, what was it like? What's one thing you can remember that really stands out being coached by him?
Man, he used to always harp on the little things, and it may sound cliche, but man, he would always just preach, hey, the way you get up in the morning and make your bed's probably the way you're going to go to work, and the way you're going to treat your wife one day. And so he said, all the little things add up to big things, right? The way you tie your shoes, it just all accumulates to one big thing, right? So he would just preach, never take anything for granted, right? And just focus on what you can control, and be the best version of yourself. Those were a lot of really great points that he would always harp on. So he's a great man, and everybody respected him.
That's awesome. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Just really focus on yourself. The consistency we take for granted, I think, in today's society, of just the little things that we have. Like being on this field and coaching the kids. So let's talk about that. So I love how you're pursuing your dream, and you're heading out to California to pursue a dream in acting, whatever it might be, but you're living it, and I think that's awesome. And here you are with these kids to coach them and say, look, you guys can do anything that you want. And I think they're at that age now. My son is 7, and it seems like when they get to that point of 10 years old, they start losing that like, well, can I do that, or that big dream, And so, I mean, why are you doing this right now? Why are you here coaching these kids?
Man, it's fun, and like we were talking about earlier, it's just football at its purest form. There's no team meetings, there's no strict schedule of bam, 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 being a college athlete. It's just out here, and the fun is in just playing, going out and just effortlessly having fun and playing the game you love. And so I like to be around that. I love that. It's a relief for me, and I just enjoy it. I love to see young kids compete and have a great time. I think it's awesome.
That's awesome. Well, I can tell you my son has enjoyed it, and these kids, and we appreciate you taking time out of doing this, because I know they appreciate this.
Yeah.
Well, real fast, so kind of, I mean, I just want people to know your background of your family. I mean, you truly come from a DNA, or your genes. You've got great genes.
Right.
So can you kind of just, you told me the other day, like your brother, your father, and your mother, what all they...
Right, so my dad played linebacker for Dick Crum in the mid-'80s, from '84 to '87 at North Carolina, and my mom ran track at Liberty, and my dad was getting into coaching, and he actually met my mom at Liberty. That's a different story, but my brother's currently with the Steelers. He's a backup quarterback. He played at Oklahoma State, was taken in the 3rd round, and has done really well. He's hoping to have a great comeback season this year. And so but definitely an athletic family, and we were always competing growing up, playing ball in the backyards. That's why it just kind of takes me back to be out here with these guys, because it's something I used to do just a number of years ago.
And you brought up a great point, competing nowadays. How do you see it today with the competitiveness with kids? Do you feel like the messages, I feel like with these participation trophies. Don't you feel like kids need to know the difference of winning and losing?
100%. There comes an age where you got to figure it out. Hey, not everybody gets the, like you said, participation trophy. You got to go earn it, right?
Right.
So that's what we're trying to get established out here. Get them to, take some pride in the way they play. And hey, nothing's going to be given to you. You got to go earn it. It's the same thing in life, which is so cool about football and life. So,
100%. Yeah. People, nothing's easy.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to work for it. So. Well, man, this has been awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this. I knew, I was like, okay, I went to LSU. Is he willing to do this with me? But
no, there's no hard feelings. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man,
yeah,
awesome. Well, hey,
absolutely.
I told you I end all my videos, so guys, y'all know the drill. Go out there and
do this.